Hey guys, this is Benjamin here. Hope you're having a good morning. Hey, listen, what happens when you step out in faith and God doesn't show up the way you think He's going to? There's a story in the Bible where Mary and Martha come to Jesus and they're like, you know what? It's your fault. Our brother died and you didn't show up, and that's why he died. And, if you do ministry long enough and you step out enough times, there comes a time where, you know what? I thought God was going to do it different than He did, and I don't know what went wrong. Years ago, I had a customer, and he asked me to come and look at his house. He wanted to put a bathroom in his basement. So I drive across town and meet him, and a really nice gentleman, and he's in a wheelchair. He said, I was hunting this fall, walking through the field, and all of a sudden I collapsed. And I thought, that's weird. I didn't trip. So he went to the doctor, and they said, you got Lou Gehrig's disease. And he said, today I'm in my wheelchair. I can stand up and walk around a little bit, but he said in 3 weeks, I'll have no use of my legs. And about a month after that, I won't have any use of my arms, and I'll be in a Hoyer lift, and they're just going to have to sling me around in a bag, and I'll have no mobility. He says, I got about 3 months to live. And I thought, wow, that's a great job to take. So we wrote the bid, signed the contract, and woke up one Saturday, and told my wife, I said, you know what? I'm going to drive across town and I'm going to pray for him because I know Jesus is going to heal him. And we've seen a lot of miracles happening at church, and so I really had faith for it. So jumped in the minivan. She said, don't be gone long. You're on breakfast duty. I said, oh, I'll be back in just a little bit. Drove across town and knocked on the door. The wife answered the door, and the husband came out in his wheelchair. And I said, you know what? I just know that Jesus is going to heal you. I said, can I pray for you? And he said, sure. So I got down on my knees, and I laid my hands on his knees, and I just commanded his legs to be healed, and I commanded the disease to leave his body, and for full mobility, for full recovery. And I got done praying, and nothing happened. And so I got up and I wished him a wonderful weekend and drove home. And, we signed the contract. So Monday morning I started the job. You plug in the radio. I put in Christian radio, and just try to have the best attitude you can. And as I'm doing the job, he's getting worse and worse each day. And his legs don't work anymore. And after a little bit, his arms don't work anymore. And the job took like 2 months. And in that 2 months, it got worse and worse. And at the end, it got really bad. And so I finished up the job and collected the final check, and then went on to the next job. About a month later, the wife called me, and she said that her husband passed away, and she was writing a book on Lou Gehrig's disease because, not very many people know much about it. And so she says, I just wanted you to know that you're in the book. She says, I didn't use your name. I referred to you as the carpenter that was working on the house. But she said, I just want you to know that my husband watched you the whole time you're working on our house, and that your life really impacted him. And before he died, he rededicated his life to Jesus. And, I thought about it. And when I get to heaven, there's going to be this gentleman that's going to come and meet me with brand new arms and brand new legs. And he's going to give me a tour around heaven. So I want to encourage you that step out and do something crazy for Jesus. It doesn't always turn out like we think. His ways aren't always our ways, but he's actually got better plans than ours. So I want to encourage you to take a risk and see Jesus do something awesome. Thanks. Bye.